if this is a question I should say for the podcast or not, because it's like...
Yeah, save it.
Okay, it's like, it's gross, but I've always like thought it when they talk, but like, because I can't test it. I can't like...
Oh man, dude, I've been recording for 5 minutes on this thing. Fuck. All this shit that I go through now.
Well, you have a lot of shit for the opener now.
Yeah, I know. I'm in for a long night though.
Let's do it.
All right. So as you can tell, we're recording. There is a theme song. That's when you know the podcast has officially started. We are now officially Facebook Live too. So if you want to share it or tag Ray to tag them so that they can share it. And yeah.
Ray, where you at? Oh wait, let me turn off my ringer so don't worry. I had a ringer.
I'll tell you where she's at. No, I'm kidding. Turn on Grindr. I'm just kidding.
Oh shit!
Oh my god!
I really hope.
I love you, sister. So I have no friends.
Well, let's see. How do I share this shit? Save video, no. I feel like an old lady. How do I share? Oh, the share button right there.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we ready to start? Are you ready?
Yeah.
No?
No, I'm just gonna tag Ray in the comments for this. And say share this shit. Is he on? Do I have him on Facebook? Oh shit! How do I tag people on this?
You can tag. Even if we're not friends, can you still tag me?
I don't know.
Maybe.
I think you can only
if you're,
tag
if your thing is on public, like if you.
Yeah, it's a public. Like
if. I mean, how do I word this? Shit.
If
you make it okay for friends, for people that don't know you, all they have to do is just type out your full name and you'll pop up.
Yeah, try it. Danni Lopez. Danny Lopez. Maybe.
Maybe.
Or even type in Lady Forbidden. I think that might pop up too.
Oh yeah, that's good too.
All right.
Yeah. All right, I'm good.
You ready?
Yeah. Yes.
So what do you have for this? Like, what order did you want to do this in?
All right, so we're going to just introduce them generally. We're going to talk about like who they are as their characters. Like, tell me about your aesthetic. Like, I want to know who you are. Then we'll go into your family, because that's a huge part of who you are. We'll go into drag mother, which leads into like your first time in drag. And then we'll show off these Monster High dolls. And that'll probably be the first half. And then you can ask your questions, unless you wanted to throw anything in.
On the second half? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, feel free to throw in any questions that you have if you feel they fit.
So that means you're going to run the first half, all right?
Oh, no.
Yeah. I think I'm going to make you do the intro.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man. No pressure. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so you do the intro today.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Watch me like fuck everything. Watch me just stand there waiting for you to start it. I'm like, oh,
the time has come.
I know,
for you to intro for your life. And don't fuck it up.
Oh, shit. I know. All right.
All right.
Let's do this.
Can you take that thing off your face?
I prefer to leave it on.
Wow. It's sad that I know what your guys do. I know what you're talking about.
Yes, because I make you watch Drag Race with me.
It's okay.
There goes the neighborhood.
It's okay.
All right, here we go.
Red talk, motherfucker. Get down with it, identity. Shitting all over one that fake bitches. Man, I kinda smoking dank, kicking ass on the side. Bringing that flavor, she elevating the vibe. Boom, bitty, bye bye. Who's getting high? Everybody is, bitch. Watch how time flies with that real talk with a steel cog. Taste it, jizz with a twist and your chin on your face. Yes, podcast basics, aced it. Going ape shit. Up the ante when they blaze, and I take it in. From the gays to the scum to the friends. Every Wednesday when the day ends, all enemies wish they had this energy. This is Ratt talk, catch an ice bag injury. Y'all moving like a motherfucking centipede. We accelerate just to devastate the industry. Hearts got the boss sweet, this could be the enemy. Turn that fucking mic on, I guess we'll have to see. Ratt talk.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Ratt Talk. That was really awkward to do, not gonna lie, I forgot for a second. And then I just kind of channeled you. Anyway, I am here with your lovely host Amanda Cano. I am here with Matt the Rat Rodardi.
The one and only.
And here today we have Danny and Andrew, aka Lady Forbidden, and I never got your drag name.
It's Physique.
Physique. I love it.
It is.
She relies on her body.
Hey, at least she tells it like it is with her name.
At least you know what you're getting into.
Exactly.
Well, welcome to the show, guys. Thank you so much for coming in. This is a whole new, well, not even new. This is actually, you guys are technically the second,
and third queen that
queens
we've
that
had
come
on the show.
show.
First
Yeah.
being our lovely Lady Horchata.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Horchata.
Yeah, that's her name.
our
Shout
girl.
out Orchard.
Hey, well, thank you guys for having us.
Of course. Thank you for being here. I got the opportunity to see you host at the Scum event.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah,
I forgot
we
you
were at Scum.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was our first time being there too.
Yeah. It
Oh,
was
you
our
guys are
first
both
time that
there.
We were
Yeah.
both there.
Oh,
I know
okay.
it was a blur. Like I kind of
I
met
know.
you real quick, and we're like, okay, hit me up, and we're like, okay.
Yeah, and I ain't no fucking bitch. When I have people on, I go to their events too. I support my local guests. All right, so
Oh yeah.
and so of course we had to have you guys come on. I mean, again, I've already said that you did a wonderful job at the show. I mean, it was very entertaining. It was a great time all around. I mean, it's awesome. I loved it.
Thank you.
Yeah. So thank you, Ray, for introducing me to
Shout out to Ray.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Shout out to Rayla. You guys have to come to the next show. The next show is my birthday.
Oh fuck
Yes.
yeah! I'm
That's
down.
right. Yeah.
And Physique's performing.
Fuck
There
yeah!
you
I'm
go.
so down. We gotta
Yeah.
go. See,
See,
I'm just gonna drag him to drag shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to say, you guys look a lot smaller in out of drag. Like it's the weirdest thing. I
Not
don't.
gonna lie, it kind of threw me off a little bit too.
When I
Yeah.
saw like you guys walking up, they're like, they're so small. What the hell?
I mean, I can go get the 8-inch stilettos in the car. if you want me.
But you are. I mean, because you forget like without the pads and the hair and the heels, like they're so tiny.
That's my favorite part. You really like when you meet somebody like for the first time out of drag, and they're just like, "What do you mean? What do you mean? Like you're like up there with a big ol' ass and like this big ol'." I'm like, "Yeah, I know." They're like,
But they're like, I kind of see it.
"No, I don't see
And
it."
they're like, you're so padded, and I love it. And I'm like thinking, oh my god, you're so tiny under all those pads.
I stole the whole couch.
Oh shit.
So tell me about your drag persona. Who is Lady Forbidden and who is Physique?
You go first.
Well, Physique is, she's a drunken whore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm really, but when I'm in drag, I'm really just there to party, have a good time. I mean, everybody like Forbidden's more of that performing diva. She's not really out there. I'm low-key kind of like socially awkward, so even in drag, I'm a little like, ugh. Look at me, a couple drinks, girl. I'm out there. I'm just like, hey. I'm really just the beauty of the family, and
Okay.
But she's not the skinny one, so let's remember that.
I'm extra thin too. I'm more like when I'm painted and everything. I try to be I try to come out really bitchy, but I'm actually really friendly, like unapproachable. But I really am. I'm really nice and.
Yeah, not gonna lie. A lot of the Scum queens at first, like the first impression, it's very intimidated. But I think it's just because the eyebrows are drawn on so fucking like chola. They look like they're pissed. So I'm like,
That's what it is.
I did my job.
It's like don't fuck with me. But, okay.
it is like I win. I've got some fucking ball stompers. I don't even have balls, and I'm like, please don't stomp on my balls.
Yeah, it's very, very intimidating at first, you know, especially if you haven't been there for so well. Actually, ever. I've never, you know, I haven't had a gay friend until out of high school, you know. So I never really. Actually, no. My first gay friend was actually Frank. Frank was my Frank was my
Frank,
first
you go
gay
way
friend.
back.
Yeah, but I knew him as when I first met him, he was straight. You know, when
He wasn't out.
I was straight at one
he
point.
I said I was straight, but I knew it was.
yeah.
Yeah, but he's definitely he's not like effeminate. He's just he's a dude's dude.
Yeah,
You wouldn't-
exactly. Like when I found out, I was like what? Yeah, like, I was like, really? I wouldn't get that. I mean,
Really?
Cool.
I mean, and then we hung out more, and then some things made sense. But it was like, I mean,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Oh,
Sorry.
I was just gonna jump and ask Lady Forbidden. Tell me a little bit about
My aesthetic.
your aesthetic persona.
I'm a glamorous chola. No, I'm kidding. A glamorous.
I get that, though.
You get it, right? Like,
Yeah.
some glamorous goddess, I guess I would say. I don't know. No, I'm not a goddess either.
I don't know where this is coming from.
I don't even know what is my aesthetic.
You're like a chola who made it, who started from the bottom.
Yeah,
now
no,
it's, like,
chola who
here.
made it, like who fucking some little girl who just had a dream like that. I'm just kidding.
Because
No.
I do get like, I want to say gothy, hoary, like I don't, maybe hoary, but like horror-y.
I'm a chola dominatrix, if that makes like
Yes.
any sense.
That
Like-
makes perfect sense.
like yeah, I'm a dominatrix, and this I don't know.
It's kind of the way our whole family is. Like, for some reason, we can't escape that whole like leathery, bondagey, or just dark. We try to be all extra pretty, like extra fishy. But for some reason, that black comes in, and then the whip comes out, and all that. And we're just like, yeah, this is us.
shit,
I
yeah.
can see that.
The harness comes out, and I'm just like, I can't escape this look.
I can see that being very like empowering though,
Yeah.
because it's just
Because they're not going to tell me no,
right.
and they're not going to get in my way.
So, you guys brought these wonderful repurposed Monster High dolls. So I've been looking at them. Kind of, I can definitely see that drag persona that you were telling me about through each of these dolls. So I'm gonna go ahead and steal one of these to show our live feed.
Just be careful.
Feed. Oh,
It's a little fragile.
It's a little fragile.
And these are also kind of modeled based on what you do.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
they're-
after.
They're each one of our like a different looks
Looks,
that we've
yeah.
done.
Mhm.
This one's actually from the 1 year at our Smell show for the Scum at the
Oh, okay.
at the Smell. Sorry, and this is the look I wore with little.
And you
fish.
okay? That's cool. So you actually recreated on these little dolls. I
Yeah.
mean, do you plan on doing that with a lot of your looks now, or?
Well, I did it the first time with I did recreated our family, saw them at DryCon. So each of our girls, we did one specific look from them. But like I said, it was my first time doing them. I didn't realize how much of a fucking bitch they were.
the hard work is definitely shown because they look incredible. Can I see
Physiques-
yours? I want to show.
Physique's a perfectionist, so every detail that went into those dolls, the hours.
Well-
Yeah, they're fraud. They started breaking. They need to be like, yeah, no. But
They already fell apart. Sorry, we already broke your shit.
they're falling apart just like us. I'm just kidding.
but no, I
Oh, so they're really representing you then, right now?
Yeah, no, they're really representing us. It's accurate.
Matthew, was that a read?
He was. Look at him.
Busted?
What?
You know what a read is? A read? No?
No.
No,
You guys want to educate him on what a read
What's
is?
a read?
you were like throwing shade. You just said that I was busted because I'm falling apart in my doll. You never seen
just
Paris is
gotta-
Burning?
Yeah, you use like 3 words that he doesn't know. So busted is like
Like
you're-
ugly, like you're
like a
falling
busted mirror, like it's cracked, like it's not.
I feel like a fucking student right now. Like I'm
Right, take notes, motherfucker.
Yeah.
So then we
I'm
have
learning all of these things now.
And then a read is like you can open up a book and you just like
start
you
pointing out
read them up and down. You
imperfections.
point out all their flaws. Like their flaws are so easy to read. It's like right there.
It's a thing that we do in the drag community. We always
Man, I didn't do that. You pointed it out first, and I just agreed with you.
A read is usually kind of low key. It's one of those like,
it's a low key truth.
Yeah.
It's the truth, but it's something you can say and like when you're real sisters, you can take it, but a real sister will dish it back out that much worse.
Right.
Yes.
And then
See, I still don't even understand like the real dynamic of a drag family too. Like it's so. It's definitely different from a regular family.
yeah, like tell us a little bit about
Yeah.
your drag families.
So my original drag family was from back in the day. We used to go to tea parties and we used to have
Tea parties? Oh, like use
Yes.
little tea? Like
no.
What am I-
No, actually,
He knows.
Ray told me this today, actually, because when I mentioned that you were coming, he's all, ask him about the tea parties. Ask him about the tea parties we used to
that is
go.
where the root.
That's I started doing drag before Drag Race, and that's fun to say because it's like I didn't watch Drag Race. I want to do drag. I saw other things and wanted to do drag. And we and Ray, we started going to like arena, and then I heard about these tea parties, and it's basically a backyard flyer party, but it's like a gay flyer party. And there's these crews that everybody has a crew, and my party crew was called Flawless Victory.
Okay.
And that was kind of like a really
That was a really well-known party crew from the old school, like early 2000s, late 90s, like party crew scene. So I was the last original member and youngest, and I was only like 15.
Oh, you're a baby.
And my members, they were all their 20s, 30s, like, you know what I mean? There was a big age gap. And they took me under their wing, and I met my drag mother, Lady Intro. Shout out to Intro. And my drag mother basically was just a bitch.
Okay.
She schooled me, and it was her. She was the mother. Then we had Miss Martin, who was like the OG grandmother, like, I guess. Like the OG, like Miss Martin is. She's the one who's on the Noche shirt, the Ray shirt, Miss Martin.
Yes.
That's my grandmother or my drag mother. So then Intro, and then we have Lady Extra. That's where the whole lady came in.
Oh, okay.
So it was Lady Extra, who's Lady Intro's mom. So then Lady Forbidden, that's where
You got yours.
I got my name, and I wanted to keep that tradition.
Because you were jailbait and you were forbidden?
Yeah, that's actually...
Was that really it?
No, I didn't have a drag name for a while, and I was struggling with different names. And I was with Downja before I started doing drag, so when people would always like, oh, you're cute. And I was like, well, I'm forbidden because I have a boyfriend. And then the lady, and then it's also tattooed on his chest.
I have my forbidden lover.
He has my forbidden lover tattooed on his chest.
I love it.
So that's kind of where it came from. He was forbidden.
I was forbidden, and still am.
So it was there. It was meant to be, pretty much.
Yeah, and then that's the whole lady.
At the
So
time.
that was my first drag family, and of course, the OGs, they had to hang up their boots.
Yeah, and you're kind of taking over.
It was just
Hang up their boots. That's so fun.
it was me and Physique for a while. And a few years ago, we've met Frankie Doom and Christina Clown, and Notorious Ellie Doom, who was the mother of the House of Doom.
Okay.
And we literally just became the Doom House. Like, it happened naturally.
Yeah, it's one of those things, like the best families kind of just form naturally. Because a lot of times, in the gay community, of course, you get to choose who you make your family.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what happened. Like, when we started hanging out with them, we just meshed so well. We just helped each other to grow. And then we started going out together. We were known kind of the fierce bitches together coming out. So it became our family.
So you guys kind of came into that same family
Yeah.
together. Okay, so it wasn't like incestuous where you guys met in the same family.
No. Like, we all just literally, when you go out to the club and all the fiercest bitches are rolling in with you, and it's like, this is my family. Like,
Awesome.
you walk in and everybody's just like, oh, they're here. They're here.
Because a lot of times people
Your
are very,
presence was known.
a lot of times people are very quick to be like, oh, this is my sister, this is blah, 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 right away. And then like they have a fallout or something, But the way our family was formed, it kind of wasn't like that. It just kind of happened. And I mean, we haven't fallen out.
We haven't fallen out.
Yeah.
We have no issues with each other. We don't fight. It's not nothing fake. It's just a really genuine bond that we've made with
It's
each
natural.
other.
Yeah, it was-
totally,
Yeah, that's the
totally.
best.
It wasn't forced, and it wasn't just...
Whereas sometimes I'm sure if someone like brings somebody else into the family, then it might be forced. Like, okay, I'm bringing this person. They're your family now. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know this person, but you guys kind of naturally
I
formed.
thought Allison, because she jokes around and is like, oh, they're baby dooms. They're a baby doom. Like, bitch, if that's my name, you can't be bringing anybody else into this house without having a sit down in a meeting.
Right.
She goes,
There's got to be initiation.
There is. You have to like earn it.
you have to earn it. You have to earn it.
Yeah.
So, what can you guys tell me your experience with your first time in drag?
Ooh,
a lot
she
of
was
queens.
busted.
A lot of queens I know are either like Halloween queens or Pride queens, or I mean, I was bored
actual
one night.
First time I ever did drag was in 8th grade. I told them I wanted to be a girl, and I remember that was like the first time I ever dressed up. Like, it wasn't drag; it was like I was dressing up as a girl. But yeah, that's drag, But I think it was 16, 17 Halloween, and I was Little Red Riding Hood.
I love it.
And Girl, her eyebrows were so like McDonald's, like oatmeal brows. They weren't even covered down right. Like
To explain oatmeal brows,
like-
do you understand?
No, I understand that one. Yeah.
The glue. Okay, just want to make sure.
yes,
I got that one.
she had oatmeal brows and just eyeliner, I think, and like some glitter under her brow. But she thought she was so fierce.
The thing is, with Danny, like when he first started doing drag, his drag mother, they were club kids, so it was not pretty makeup. It was clown down, dramatic stuff. So I mean,
Out
those
there, off the wall.
yeah,
type
and they
of-
were known
More
for doing-
art than
yeah, exactly, and they were known for doing more brows, like just
Crazy brows,
Yeah.
like it was like
brows that weren't even eyebrows. They were just
there was
they could be any little dots, little.
zigzags.
You know,
anything that represented an eyebrow of some sort on the
It's,
face.
it's funny because those pictures of him are hidden. But
I will never post those.
So are they
Wait, are
forbidden?
exactly?
They are
You beat me to it.
Beat you to
God
the
damn
punch,
it.
motherfucker.
Shit.
She got you. She got you.
it's just one of those things. I remember seeing too, and I was like, "Why did you do those brows?" I guess in that moment you thought like it was okay because it was like, okay, yeah, they're club kid, blah blah. But it was like, girl, what happened there?
Looking back at that, I'm like, oh no.
But you thought you were fierce. You had water balloon titties and everything.
I had water balloon titties. I filled them up and I pushed them and
Hey, yeah, they were red. They match his little red.
they matched.
Wait, like actual water balloons?
No, like I blew them up like with the air, like the little water balloons, and I just put them on the side.
Oh,
And
wait, but you use air?
Yeah.
What if we were just pop?
they
That
didn't.
was
They
just
were
the
there
risk.
all night.
Yeah, so wouldn't they like socks,
You
tissues?
came through, man.
The water. I don't know why, but the water balloons came through.
That's
and then I was
awesome.
in Boyle Heights on 4th and Soto, and they made me walk across the street to go get them lemons in full on drag by myself because
Aw.
they wanted lemon for their tequila. And I was like, I am in drag. But I was like, I don't care. I got my little basket. We're going to go fill it up with lemons and everything.
Want a bag? No, I got my basket.
Amazing.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
And how about your first
My
experience?
first time was probably like maybe a year and a half after he was doing drag, and it was, I think it was a tea party, right?
Yeah.
And it was just one of those things when I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna dress up too, and I
Okay.
bought a cute little dress in Hollywood. I think even Ray was with us.
Yeah.
Bought a cute little dress, got my little stacks, put his shoes on. We had Aiden shoes then too. Put those on. Thought I was. I put a little parka coat.
Yeah, he wore a little parka coat.
I was too naked. I was shy. And just a little shake and go wig, and I mean, I was still kind of painted. I think.
I was like, would you post those pictures?
No, not that first look. I mean,
But you know what's funny though? Is back the day, we were still those pretty queens, and everybody wanted our makeup, and we were like, we look back at it, and we're like,
What was the makeup though? Like, because I mean, it sounds like to me like you guys were just literally like looking around, like, what the fuck could I use? What could I use real quick? Like,
well, we kind of knew like that what we
my,
had.
my drag mother, she was like when she told me, oh, this is what you like. She showed me the basics, and she told me what to use. Back then, they had Max Factor. Do you guys remember Max Factor?
Yes. Well, yes, I remember.
Yep.
It's no longer in the United States. They can't sell it. So those old paint sticks, like I remember back in high school, Ray went to CVS and she mopped my makeup for me, and she got me like 4 or 5, like 4 sticks, and I had those forever. Ray came in to pick me up, and he surprised me. He jumped out of the trunk and was like, "Here, girl, Merry Christmas!" and threw a McDonald's bag at me. Me being the fat bitch, I was like, "Ooh, food!" and I opened it, and there was like just makeup. Like I was like, "Oh."
But where are my nuggets, though?
But I was like, but where's my barbecue sauce, though, bitch? No, and I used to practice on Ray all the time.
that's
Really?
actually what he said. Yeah.
Back in the day, we
Where
would
are the
just.
pictures? I need to
Ray's done drag once. Sorry, Ray.
yeah.
Yeah, he told you that too?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he's done drag with us. And that was the funny thing is I dressed up with Ray the week before Physique dressed up. So Physique couldn't come out, so I dressed up with Ray. We went to the tea party. Ray fucking hated it. Every time he hates his life, he's in the back, squatted down, like. And then the next week that's when she dressed up. But I used to practice makeup on Ray all the time, and all the girls would sit there and watch, and they just like, "That's not how you do makeup." I'm like, "It's drag makeup."
That's how I'm gonna do it.
I'm learning.
I was.
A lot of it was just. It's all of it. Of course, is always just trial and error. Especially covering the brows is something you have to master. Like brows are one of those things. Like And
What are you talking about? Liner or something? You had the master. I'm just kidding. No brows.
And then brows, once you learn how to do them, you'll never go out without covering your brows. Because back then we used to not cover our brows and use our regular ones. We had this tiny little space to do eyeshadow. Nothing compared to what we do now, you know.
Well, eyebrows were a lot thinner then, though, so you had a little bit more.
This year, but still, it was a little gap. But it was so just like, it was pretty eyeshadow. I want to say our makeup was okay.
I like it. Actually, one of our viewers right now says they know you, Mr. Brian. Is it Brian Gearson? Who is this?
No, Sue.
Brian Gustin. Hey, I know the guy on the left. So that would be
Me or him? No, you.
you are. Yeah.
On the left.
No, I'm just trying to think like my left. I forgot my right and my left.
Okay, now which one?
Says they know. Do you know? Do you know a Brian
Gustin?
Gustin?
I think so.
He went to.
I'm really bad with names and faces, but I
Well, you have a fan. You have somebody who recognizes.
Yeah.
That was cool. I'm thinking like, is that
Go to one of the shows.
Yeah, go.
Catch up. Imagine. What if he doesn't even know you? Like comes up, is like, oh, I got the wrong person. Sorry.
Well, I mean, I want to know you.
All right.
You're probably better in the restroom stall.
I told you I'm a drunken whore and drag.
I love it.
Oh shit! What were we just talking about?
Makeup, I think.
We were talking about
Practicing
makeup.
on Raid and
Oh yeah, we were
everything.
just talking about makeup in general. Maybe some.
I know.
other-
Damn it! I always have questions like locked and loaded. Like, okay, I'm gonna ask this,
And then you get distracted.
and then I get distracted, and some shit happens.
Okay, so you told me that you started drag at 15,
Yeah,
essentially.
15, 16. 16.
How did, maybe this is getting a little personal, but what was that like doing it so young? Because a lot of people don't even come out that young.
It was, like I said, it was kind of different because now it's like, oh, you do drag? Like, let me see. Back then it was like, you do drag? Like, and they would look at you weird.
And it was always like, do you want to be a girl?
Yeah, they would think you're
Right away, it
a
was like,
T-girl.
But it was, honestly, it was more than just dressing up as a girl. It was performing. Like,
Yes.
it was something I enjoyed doing. It was being that young and just being able to not being able to go to clubs and go to these backyard parties and just to go and stomp around on dirt shablam and like have these people just live for you. And it was just an adrenaline rush. And I always tell people no drug can give you that high when you're on stage performing. Like,
Yeah. I can kind of relate to that as someone who's done like musical theater and stuff in high school. Like it was so exhilarating, and then after a show, I'd like come off stage and I'd just be like, oh, like life is great. Like it was just maybe this adrenaline high, or just life is great. Everything's magical. Everybody watched me. I did so good. Like you just feel so happy and fierce.
yeah. You feel so empowered.
The way I felt like it was like, since it was something that wasn't so big and so known, really, like I felt like it was so taboo to do it, like to be going out. And it was almost like, I remember I used to love getting down at 7-Eleven and full on drag and be like, let me get my Four Loko or something.
See, that's how long ago
Four
we're
Loko.
Four Loko. Juice. It was juice back then.
Oh yeah,
Or-
juice.
It was and my mom, like when I was young, so my mom would take me to go get my drag outfits or like some of my wigs and stuff like that. And for her at first it was like, okay, I understand you're gay, but I can't have you wanting to be a girl and stuff like I need
like, no, it's not.
And I told her like, no, mom, I like to perform and like I like to just do this. So I remember when my mom came to see one of my shows after I turned 18, the first time after that, it clicked for her. Like she saw me perform. And I think part of the music, like I perform 90s and house music, is because my mom growing up, I remember being in the back seat in Power 106 when they used to play house music, like
Yeah.
Whitney Houston or like, Deborah Cox and Crystal Waters. It's like she saw me perform Whitney Houston. It's not right, but it's okay. And I remember being little, bumping that with my mom. And I think there at that moment, my mom realized, oh shit, like this is what he's like.
He's talking about he has such a love for these fierce divas growing up and wants to emulate that through performance because it's so liberating to embody a fierce diva.
And then to top it off, I didn't show up with my mom, so she didn't see what I looked like. And I came in, my mom has the biggest curly black hair, and I walked in with the biggest curly black wig, and like
It's like, oh my God.
yeah, I think she saw a little of her. I was like, saw a little of herself, I guess. I want to say, and she
Did
was
she
just,
even borrow one of your corsets?
yeah, she borrowed one of my corsets to go to Vegas one time.
Yes, I love it.
And after that, I never seen that corset again. But,
That's funny.
It was fun doing drag at a young age. I went to high school. I went to school in drag for Halloween one year.
So were you like, not like a celebrity, but I'm sure that definitely kind of caused somewhat of a commotion.
Yeah, it was fun because we had a teacher. He was very like, if it's not white, it's not right. Like he was very macho man and like didn't like gay people. But I changed his mind. Like I was in his class and he came up to me at the end of the year and told me like, you changed my mind, and I never thought I would be able to say nice things about a gay person.
Wow.
Yeah, like even teachers came up to me. They were like, how did you get him to say, like, what did you do? Like, and I remember in Halloween, I was walking around in my 8-inch stilettos, and these girls are over there in their little vans, and they're like, they're tired walking around. And,
That's me.
He comes out, he's like, he goes, it's such a shame that this guy's over here in his 8-inch stilettos, and these girls over here dragging their feet. Like, I won the 3-legged race. I was so happy I ripped off my wig. Like, okay, like, and I went to continuation school at like cholos and all that stuff. So like they laughed, they loved that shit. Like it was
Really?
fun. It was a lot of fun.
That's so incredible, especially hearing some of the horrific. I'm bracing myself to maybe hear like a horrific story, but that was so inspiring. And so like I'm so happy that that's the world that we can live in, where it is okay to do that and to change
at a
people's
young
minds.
age. I
Yes.
learned that like I have the power to change someone's mind. Like not even just as a drag queen, just like as a gay person. Like
Yeah.
that's what I want to do. Like all the people who think, oh,
I mean, because this is like what, early 2000s and everything. Like,
yeah, like 2000.
you know, I don't think.
It's like I don't know how old you are, so it's hard for me to guess right now.
I'm 27.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
27.
I'm just trying to think like early, like
I was-
like counting, like okay, high school.
Well,
What year is that?
Ray told me when he graduated, and so I just did the math.
Yeah,
and
no, I
everything.
graduated a year after Ray.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so
we went to the same
all
high
right.
school and everything. We went to continuation school and everything together. So like, that was really cool.
Yeah, but
that teacher did not like
thugs
Ray.
in the street, man.
That teacher did not like Ray.
No, why not?
Really?
Because Ray
was gay.
Yeah,
Wait, did you ask that, Ray?
well, I mean, because you mentioned that that moment that you had with him, so I'm
But
wondering.
I guess like he didn't have that moment with like he had a moment with me and like and even like I said like I got our senior portfolio, I guess. We had a teacher had to write you a letter, and I chose a different teacher, and they had him write one, and he never wrote one like the whole 20 years he was working there.
Really?
So
Wow.
that
That definitely speaks volumes to how far, like,
How well you connect
Yes.
with people.
That's one thing
I mean.
with Johnny. Johnny's personality, he's always been a person to kind of automatically just connect with people, and like, or people just are drawn to him for some reason. I don't know. I don't see it, but
no, but really,
Johnny is like, he has this light that people are very attracted to, and he really does like open people. He makes people feel comfortable because no matter what, Johnny can never.
I can never
hide.
tone it down.
Yeah, he can't tone it down. He can't hide how he is. He's,
Yeah.
you know, he's flamboyant, blah, blah. He can't hide it. Daddy's not one to. He doesn't give a fuck. He just, it's him, you know?
I definitely got that vibe when I saw you perform, and hosting too, because it's not an easy job to actually host a show.
It's not.
I wouldn't be able to do
I
it.
get so nervous every time. Every time I'm just like, I don't know if I can do it. I was telling him too, like, I'm nervous. He's like, why? I was like, I haven't performed a scum in like a month or two. Like,
And I'm just like, what are you talking about? He goes, yeah, you're right.
I was like, yeah, you're right. What are you talking about? I just, I go out
No,
there
I was
like,
gonna say, isn't it exactly a month? Between every.
Yeah.
I haven't done it for a month or two. It's been a month.
well, no, because I don't perform every month at Scum, so I think it was like 2 months since I performed at Scum. I talk on the mic, I host every month. It's
To
my-
actually perform.
but to actually perform and like,
Yeah.
I was just like, oh shit, okay, I'm wind
I'm
it
bringing
up.
the shit.
I'm all wind it up, and like. I had another outfit planned out. I wasn't planning on dancing around in that gown.
Oh, but that was probably one of the highlights of the night when you just went in and took over. It was-
Yes, it was fun. It was fun.
it was different. I got good video of that too. I'll show you. Yeah, you don't have me on Snapchat, but I got some good video. A lot of good queens performed that night.
Yes, it was a very good show.
Yeah.
That was the first Scum that I got a book. Like I booked all the queens from the entertainment entertainment. So like,
Really?
yeah.
Okay.
So it was really good too.
So after that show, I had to start watching Dragula because I really didn't know much about it, but I'm thinking this is totally my shit. And so when I start watching it, I'm like, holy shit.
Frankie Doom.
Frankie Sochimochi. Like, I'm like, what? I just saw you. Like, I was, and I was like, you didn't know? I'm like, no, like, I knew when I saw them, but it's
I don't
so
even
different.
watch that shit. And I read the flyer.
But it's different. Like, you see someone perform, yes, and like, I shook their hand, like, you were amazing. What was your name? And they tell me, okay. But then I see them. I haven't gotten too far into Dragula. I've watched a couple episodes, but I'm like, oh shit, like, I've seen you.
We've had a lot of the Dragula girls. We've had Ursula Major. We've had
That was another one that
had
I love.
Frankie, of course, because she's a scum ghoul. We have Sochimochi. We've had this drag super monster. We've had Vander perform for us as well, and she performed for the 1 year at the Smell. So it's really fun.
Who else was there? Was it Vicky Jean?
We had Vicky Jean Mochi,
Yeah,
and Tony Barrow. Tony Barrow is a new queen in LA. She came from Salt Lake City.
I know. Shout out to all those talented queens.
Very talented queen.
How many was it? How many was that?
Yes. But no, Dragula. Did you like it?
I mean, so far from what I've seen, like, I think maybe I'm just a little biased, but I'm going to root for the girls who I knew from Scum. So I was immediately Sochimochi. I love them. Ursula
Gone too soon, but Ursula is
totally
a
gone
super
too
monster.
soon. I've only gotten like 2 episodes in, so I'm like, I'm kind of, I'm trying. Yeah, you kind of spoiled it for me, but whatever.
No, you didn't know? I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
Okay, so you already saw the first episode then.
Yeah, I saw like 2, but I'm working. Finals are coming up right now, so it's like I can only binge watch so much while I'm pretending to study for finals.
Oh, yeah.
But it's okay. Like, it's just really interesting seeing this whole other side of drag because like RuPaul's Drag Race, we see a very kind of, we see the pageant girls, we see
only one side. Well, not one side, but we only see one.
There's kind of like one cookie
type
cutter.
of drag.
And then
it's actually, I'm sorry, but it's actually really interesting because that's the side of drag that I was first introduced as a kid because my aunt, she knows a couple drag queens, and when I go to the parties and everything, or she'd have parties and I'd show up, I'd see the drag queens there. Like that's. Like when you walked in, I was like, "Oh, that's familiar. That's what drag is to me. That's
so
the first,
that kind of Scum sort of.
Yeah,
vibe.
exactly.
Whereas I've seen like RuPaul's Drag Race, and I've watched it since the beginning. And then I remember the first kind of spooky queen I saw was Sharon Needles, and I was immediately like, "Oh, that is so cool!" I know when she came out with her first look, the apocalyptic look.
Post-apocalyptic.
When she came out with the blood like coming out of her mouth, I'm like, holy shit, like I want to see more of this. And we never really got another taste of that, although it did kind of open up the doors for like queens who have another style. So then discovering Scum, like I'm super excited to see that leather whips, dominatrix, gory, not always, I'm going to say not polished, but not shaven. That side to it.
Very feminist.
Well, I mean, I
very
love
European.
Yeah, very European.
The bearded queen.
Like bearded queen.
Yes.
That's kind of...
Yeah, I do enjoy seeing bearded queens. It wasn't something that I was really like familiar with, but then seeing it, it's like, okay, I get it.
Just reminded me of Spaceballs.
For a while, Physique was a bearded queen.
I know. It took me about like 26 years to grow a mustache. I could not grow hair.
It's okay. That's my life right now.
So when I finally got
It's been 3 months. No,
Come on, it's been a week.
like, it's 3 weeks for me.
It's so unfortunate. Like the ones who want to have baby face to like do drag, they got fucking full beards, but then you over here with your stubblies, like hardly any facial hair.
It's a struggle. It's depressing. So that's what happened when I finally got my full on like mustache and everything. I did not want to shave it. I'm like, no, I won't do it. So I started just like glitterifying it, and then I put chains to hide. I would glue this down, glue that down, conceal it. But it was this. I would just put glitter and put chains to hide it.
But she was so beautiful, people wouldn't realize that she had.
People wouldn't
That's
care.
actually a very smart cover. Like,
It worked. But then it got to the the point when I'm like, nope, I need to shave. And the day I shaved, I'm like, girls, I'm coming for you bitches.
I was like, I was told her one day, I was like, girl, you're not pretty anymore. Like, you have this glitter mustache. Like, you know.
The day I did, I was a bitch, I'm back.
I was like, fuck.
I love it. You want to take a break?
Yeah, we can take a break.
Okay.
So we are going to take a break right now, but we're taking a. I don't have the exact title of this. What is it that we're going to play?
We're going to play Love Dominates by Inda Matrix.
I just love that you went into like that's your sexy radio voice right there. Like, and now we're gonna go into some slow jams.
Hi, my
This
name
is
is
91.7.
I was gonna do Art LeBeau shout out. No, I'm kidding. In my chola voice.
Do it.
Hi, my name is Lady Forbidden. I want to give a shout out to Ray Rocks. He's my vato. He's locked up north, and I just want to let you know, Mama's holding the fort down for you. And I want to play Love Dominates.
That was perfect.
My secret is inside my closet. Do you wanna see? Do you wanna play? Let me explain my game to you. I'll be the master, you'll be the slave. Don't talk, sit down. Do as I say, now stop. Don't talk, sit down. Do as I say. I need the one who dominates this love. Now get down on your
go unless I say you can go. You don't move unless I say you can move. You don't talk unless I say you can talk. You don't do anything unless I say you can do. Talk to me, baby. Who's the master?
And we are back. And I was listening, I was like, man, this is the jam. Getting
That's a
down.
song I like to beat people to.
And you say you
That's my
do
song.
That,
Like
yeah,
that
you do
is
the mix.
like
yeah.
my. When you think of Lady Forbidden, that should be the song that
Comes into
to your
mind.
I always have like people tag me like I'm listening to Love Dominates and all I see is and they tag me Danny
There you
Lopez
go.
swinging his hair or like Danny Lopez flipping something like. So that's pretty fun. That's one of my favorite songs.
I mean, what was the development too of getting your act together? I mean, was it just trying, like where did it come from basically? Like where you were like, this is my style, this is how I'm going to do it.
It took a long time. My thing was always, I was never going to be a queen who would perform top 40. Like I was never going to perform a Britney song. I was never going to perform a Beyonce song. Like that was like when I started doing drag, that was, Gaga was always out. So everybody did Gaga, everybody did Britney. You know what I mean? Me, I was going to do a 90s song. I was always going to be an old school queen or a drag. Like for me, it was drag and it had to be.
'Cause that was your idea.
That was
drag as far as the divas that you grew up with.
Yeah. And it wasn't going to be the top 40 or what everybody else is doing.
What everybody else is doing right now.
How do you feel about top 40 now? You're still like, eh.
You're going to pay me? I'll do it.
This was the first time you've said that.
Hey, wait, where's my sound effect for? God damn it!
You gotta label them.
I know.
Shots fired.
No, but then getting a little old, like still doing the drag queen songs, I felt like I was always, like I said, dominatrix. And when I heard that song, I heard it once and I didn't think nothing. But then one day it was just like, this is my song. And every time I performed it, it just got better and better and better. And like, I think Physique performed it for my birthday a few years ago. And she even told me, she was like,
You feel it. Like it's one of those songs that you just kind of get into it right away. And you're just like, you hit every little thing and you just happen naturally. It's a really good song.
For some reason, it got me pumped to play video games because that was the exact kind of music that used to be on the video games. So I was like, dude, give me fucking Spyro right now. Where's Need for Speed at?
yes. You said Spyro?
That's not even gonna be on there.
I'm not trying to think back. I'm like, I remember that level.
I heard they're remaking that in Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, and Crash
right?
Bandicoot.
Oh,
well,
man.
Crash Bandicoot first. I think if that does successful, they're probably going to do Spyro.
Oh, that's good. They
They got to do Spyro.
Right over my head. I did not video game when I was a kid. I wasn't allowed to. I just never did. I had closest I had was
Boy
Frogger.
stuff.
Yeah, boy stuff.
Yeah, just like you won't know how teching is.
I know.
Just never know.
Actually, that was me. I'm the one that's curious about that because
You could try it. Let her try it for you.
we told people when we were in beauty school, we went to beauty school together, and they would always ask us, we're like, well, go to your boyfriend, get your boyfriend, do this and that. And then one of them actually came back, she's like, he let me try it.
Yes, I remember.
He actually let me try it. I'm like, you literally just went, you just stood there and did it.
So,
It's a process.
holy shit.
so like, is it like legit inside of you? Like,
If you want to get really detailed.
Do you,
like I'm kind of down because I
No.
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 Okay, then after because I kind of want to know the mechanics of it.
Oh no, I thought you meant try it on me.
Oh, it's like no. I'm curious about like the mechanics of it because I don't have a penis. Like I can't like
explain in great detail because I'm also
Okay,
curious.
it's literally okay. So as guys, we naturally have this cavity, like where when you're born, your balls drop. You know,
Yeah.
Like, we have that cavity; it's always there. So you're
Gravity.
you literally have to tuck your balls into that area, which goes like up here. It's really weird.
like your pelvic
it
sort
goes
of
in
like
there, yeah, and it can
they're
be
ovaries.
Basically, yeah.
So
your
you push,
ovaries.
you push them up there, and it feels
no.
really fucking uncomfortable. It's a little weird. It feels like you might throw it up, but then you just smush everything back, and then you grab your fucking shaft and pull that to your crack. as far back as you can.
And then if you duct tape, that's where you duct tape. Or
So
if
it's
you
like
use,
super between the cheeks, like just
It really
yank.
is in there, yeah. So the main thing is, push those ovaries. I mean,
Your ovaries.
Make ovaries.
You know, actually, that doesn't sound that bad now that I think about
It's
it.
not
Yeah,
that
you
bad.
just pull
The
that-
only thing is weird is when you push them up, and sometimes your nylons or whatever are too tight, and they push against it, and it feels like it's gonna pop it up. Like
Ugh.
you could sit down a certain way and be like, oh shit, oh shit.
yeah, you pop a ball.
Yeah.
It's like,
Or no,
I can see where that would get uncomfortable.
I
main,
Yeah.
did-
main thing is getting that away, getting that smooth, and then pulling your shaft back. I mean, the
Okay.
shaft is squishy.
Well, yeah, because I wouldn't imagine you doing that with an erection.
you can't.
Yeah.
It won't happen.
Okay, another like weird.
See, that's why
question.
I wouldn't be able to do it. I'm just always horny. That's, that's the thing.
That's me.
No.
That's me. The wind fucking blows, I get hard. Drag, it won't let you.
So do you,
Seriously, I'm like literally gonna touch it right here like this. He's hard.
I'm like,
so do you like? Can it get like firm like while it's like tucked back?
It can get firm, but the position you're in, for some reason, it just won't let you. It's
Yeah.
It's
you'll
like
be
this doesn't
yeah.
feel natural. So
No,
it's
well,
uncomfortable,
it-
and your mind just
Actually, also too, you're not getting enough circulation
Yeah,
back
the
there.
blood.
Yeah,
down,
okay.
well, back there, down there.
Just back there.
It's back.
Well, it's
it's
not
back
even
there,
back
but
there.
it's yeah.
all the layers we wear, we're so compressed that I mean, it's not moving. Like it's gonna be there, and you could feel it. Sometimes you're like, oh shit, and then like, no, it's gone. Not today.
And your body's like, nope, fuck this, nope.
Back in the day, like I would not duct tape ever again. But back in the day when I first started doing drag, I was a lot skinnier. And Ray back then used to work at Home Depot and Drag Race season 2, or season one, Chanel says, I use Gorilla Tape. Like,
Oh, girl, that's
Yeah.
so Ray was like,
Boom,
they
there
have
it
that
is.
at
Hook
Home
it up
Depot.
at
And
Home
McDonald's
Depot.
bag again. So here goes another McDonald's bag. And sure enough, I was just wearing a corset and underwear for a long time. That was all I wore. I was like, but I could wear it back in the day, you know? But
Now you, like,
and I used to
reinforce it.
duct tape from there all the way up. Like I used to shape my body with duct tape too.
Oh.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah, and it was
like a ghetto corset.
it's called ghetto corset.
corset.
We used to have to
Yeah.
cut him out of it, and then I would cut him out.
One time I was like, I didn't have scissors. I was like, just fucking burn me out of this.
He had a piece so bad. He was like, I gotta fucking pee. We couldn't get it. We had no scissors. He's like, burn it. We're like, I can't fucking burn tape off your ass. And I was like trying to chew it off.
Use
Oh
your
my
teeth.
god, it was bad. It was bad. We're like, we gotta stop doing this.
But you know what's funny is Ray used to always give us like shit for doing drag. Pick up your feet. Why are you guys complaining? Do this. Do like
You know when you're walking in heels and all of a sudden you miss a step in and you go like your
Yeah.
heel kind of great. He used to hate that. So he's like, girl, pick up your feet. Yeah, we're like, fuck you,
like, you
bitch.
try wearing heels.
Downtown concrete.
just like it right now. That's so perfect.
you can tell we've been friends for a long time. Huh?
That was perfect. That was so
And-
spot on.
And when he did drag, he could not take it. And after that, he goes, "Girls,
Pick up
I'm-
your feet, girl.
He goes, girls, I'm so sorry, but I will never tell you guys anything ever again."
He never did. He never did. After that, we never heard him tell us shit about our
Something
steps.
might be wrong.
What?
I think something might be wrong
Oh, with the live feed?
with the audio.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Yeah, something's wrong with it. Oh shit.
What happened?
I don't know.
Did we miss this whole conversation? Hello.
I mean, we can hear us. Is it recording?
There it goes. Oh fuck. Oh, what happened?
What?
We're like peaking super bad now.
What?
There's a long pause where it wasn't sounding good,
Oh, shit.
and now we're like super loud.
Okay.
Turn the sound on. Listen to it.
Okay, on the... Okay.
Yeah.
Hang on. Oh, no, we are experiencing some technical difficulties. Please remain seated.
Dang, that was all good stuff. Too.
I know. Why? Fuck. Damn. Shit.
Okay, it's not. Well, no, I know I'm super peaky.
Oh, no. Okay.
Peaky. I'm just gonna act like I know what that means.
Is it better now?
Yeah. Sounds okay.
Testing.
Okay.
Testing.
Well, then I don't know. I don't know what it's gonna sound like on the. Yeah, it's really bad on the computer right now.
It sounds okay. Oh no. Gosh, this would happen like over like best episode.
Yeah.
Everything's going good.
Gotta start all
Just
over.
our fucking luck,
Mhm.
man.
Let's go back to square one. Hi. No, I'm kidding.
I know. Hi, starting over.
I know, right?
I'm Lady Forbidden.
Well, I'm gonna stop the computer recording at least, and we can continue. I just got to see what the fucking problem was. Ugh.
Well, nobody said anything. Oh no. We only have a couple people watching, but nobody really said anything about the audio.
It's on the computer. I don't think it's for the live feed. The live feed is the good recording. This really fucked up right now.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Do you know about how far back? Like,
Yes, I do. Just let me.
God, this sucks. Man.
Can I buy a vowel? Just
All right, yeah. Let's see what happens. Sorry, babies, ladies and gentlemen.
Little baby.
Are experiencing technical problems, technical issues,
no.
but it's okay. We're resolving it right now.
pin the.
So anything you say will not be on the recording tomorrow, but it is going to be on Facebook Live.
Wait, we don't have anything? What?
What? No, not that we don't have anything. Oh man, this is pretty bad. 5 minutes. No, 4 minutes.
Oh, 4 minutes. That's not too bad. I think we just missed the whole tucking explanation.
Oh yeah, we're just on talking.
Yeah. No, 6 minutes. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, 6. No. 5 minutes.
Poop.
That's just tucking and me talking shit about Ray.
6 minutes.
Okay, nothing important.
I know, right?
Right. Oh, fuck, man.
Yeah, it's a lot. 7 minutes.
Oh, shit.
27 minutes.
All right. Well, we'll deal with it when we get there. Is it fixed now? Or are we still good?
No. I'm still going back. 8 minutes.
How bad is it?
I have no idea.
Oh, no.
Maybe it's right before the commercial.
Oh, dude, that's a lot to start over. Well, not too much to start over with, but...
No, it's definitely not before that. Maybe during the song.
Oh, fuck. Technical difficulties suck. That would happen. Like, we've had some shitty ass episodes, but you can hear everything fucking clearly. All the fucking dead air and just nothing because we're running. We couldn't get a guest, so it's just me and him. And it's like we live together. We don't really got much new to talk about because we already know. So it's like, we haven't seen any new movies because we're both working or I'm in school. Like, there's.
Did you guys see Wonder Woman?
No,
Dude,
like I haven't.
She did and I did.
Yeah, he saw it without
so
me.
good,
Kind of
huh?
It was
bummed.
really good.
I really liked it.
Yeah, it looks. Really
Oh my
good.
god. Okay, now we're fucking. Let's see how bad it is.
Hi, my name is Lady Forbidden. I want to give a shout out to Ray Rocks. He's my vato. He's locked up north. And I just want to let you know Mama's holding the fort down for you. You.
And that's what it's done.
Wow.
That should be my first single.
Oh, why did it do that? No, okay. I think it just glitched. The program just glitched.
Shit. Like, is that the last of the audio that we have?
Fort down for you. You.
Okay, so
Oh,
fort down
no.
for you.
You?
For you.
Oh yeah.
Facebook Live might cut out because it's been almost an hour. I think it cuts out after an hour and a half or
after.
2
Yeah.
hours.
I think like over an hour it'll start to cut.
Yeah.
Like an hour and 15.
So yeah, we'll eventually lose the Facebook feed eventually, but we'll play the song again and start all the fucking over. Because yeah, we missed.
So we're cutting
everything. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's so odd. I don't even know. I've never had this problem before, so we don't know. Like, are we gonna re-talk about?
Why that happened? I have no idea why that.
No
happened.
idea either. I'm sorry, guys. Fuck.
Aliens.
I think I was cursed. Sorry.
It was the impression.
Fucking bringing in some bruja shit.
Right, it was my chola fucking shout outs. It was Ray. Ray fucking hexed us right now.
Hex Ray.
Oh, really, girl?
She's all cursing
Wait,
my
was
wig.
that was the way you introduced the song, right?
Yeah.
Okay, for sure. Good. So we mentioned the song before.
Yeah.
Okay. That was my worry was
No, the last
that
thing
it wasn't going to make sense on the recording.
The last thing that was said was introducing the song. So if that's the last, something for
No,
you.
we introduced the song and then we asked them to do.
Oh,
the
okay, yeah.
impression,
That's right. So we're gonna cut all of this nonsense out while we're talking about technical difficulties. Man, we've never had this happen, so I'm not quite sure how to go about it. Like, do we just re-talk about what we talked about?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
It's just going to be a little shorter, but then that means we'll get more topics in.
Okay. So just pretend like it never happened. This is all new again, like live theater. Like,
Very easy for me with my bad memory.
What are you talking about?
right? Oh my god, you guys did the same thing at the same time. You guys both positioned yourself the same exact way.
10 years up there together.
Oh, that happens.
Wow.
You pick up mannerisms. Like, we've been living together for almost 2 years. We've been together for 3. Yeah, 3. Yes. Oh shit. I can't hear.
Yeah, no.
Okay. I'm just making sure. Sorry, guys.
That's okay.
It's all good.
It happens. I guess we're just gonna pretend. Like,
It'll be easy. We're fine. What is this thing?
I have no idea.
I keep looking at this
I
entire
keep
time.
looking
I'm like,
at it too. I don't
thinking about
Oh, I
so
think
many
it's
reasons.
it's like a fruit smasher or like cocktails. Like
oh, gotcha, yeah.
you're smashing.
This whole
stuff.
time I'm like, what can that be used for? I'm thinking of all these things. I don't know.
Like, I don't know. I don't think that would be fun. But yeah, it's a fruit smasher.
A fruit.
I know, I had to make sure to not do that to the camera. Because I'm trying to be famous one day, and I wouldn't want that as a gift.
Any gift counts.
What, baby? What?
Is it all gone?
It's all gone.
I have an idea. It's going to be complicated.
You scared
Okay.
me.
I thought you deleted everything.
Me too. I was waiting for it. I'm like,
Okay.
Well, it's definitely fucked up for sure. Something happened with the cable while I was recording. I don't know if you hit it,
Okay.
but
I'm going to go to the bathroom right quick.
yeah.
And we'll be okay.
Cool.
where is it live that I can find it?
She has to approve me on Facebook. So I
Oh,
can see
okay,
it.
okay. But it's this one?
Amanda Cano? No.
Yeah, that's her.
No. He
Oh.
put the hump cast.
So Facebook Live is still going.
Oh, hi, Facebook.
I know, yeah.
Is it still recording on Facebook? Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's watching? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know who's watching, but
Who's
if
in-
anyone is watching,
Who's in here?
I know. Let me explain the situation. Some shit happened. And now we got to stop the recording for the audio podcast and redo it.
I'm just
Well, not redo it, but
eating candy.
do what you got to do.
I've never tried these ones.
God damn it. This has been such a good episode, too. I can't believe this happened. Why me?
Oh my god, what did you buy?
I've never tried these ones.
No, neither.
What kind of snacks did you bring?
I brought a bunch of Mexican candy,
Nice.
like a stoner.
The best the best candy you mean?
Yes,
Best
the
Mexican-
only kind of
the
candy.
best Mexican candy. You know, yeah, we actually made
Have you
this
ever tried this one?
realization. There's only, yeah, I think I have.
I just tried that for the first time right now.
Yeah. There's only one flavor in every Mexican candy. It's only one flavor.
Chamoy? Tamarindo? No, they have watermelon and
But what's on it?
chamoy. Oh shit! That's like a hits blunt moment. That really is.
Trying to get me with that watermelon shit.
Okay.
I even thought about that too. What?
Are we good?
We're still rolling on Facebook, but yeah, I gotta finish this
Okay.
and convert it to the MP3.
Okay.
Then we're gonna start a whole new recording with the song and everything. And what I gotta do later on tonight is mesh both of those together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
Yeah.
I know, especially because I got a paper to write with that laptop. But it'll get done. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. It's gonna take a long time.
I'm aware. I'll figure it out.
You're a trooper.
If anything, I'll call out of work tomorrow, or no, I can't. I'm fucking opening tomorrow.
Go call bomb threat.
Where do you work at? In Pasadena. It actually wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, exactly. See, they already halfway there.
Casey sent so much love. I feel bad. Like I want to like acknowledge.
Did you approve me on Facebook so I can?
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Again, we're still on Facebook, so you can acknowledge anything you want right now.
Okay, I will. I'm just gonna add. I was like, I'm not really sure how to go about like when people message on Facebook. Like, should I say something? Right. Should I like? Yeah. I guess I don't. I would rather leave that to you because like I don't want to be like, oh, like okay, like that interrupted everything, or like there's got to be like a way, like, oh hey, let's check in with our live feed listeners, or I don't know if it should be that formal or not, or
No, just do it without telling me.
just do it.
Because your name's gonna pop up, not mine.
Right, that's true. Casey was asking, are you guys together? But I think she got the answer after that.
Yeah.
She said no heels for me either. I totally get you on the no heels thing because like I will wear Vans everywhere. I went to a bachelorette party, and I'm thinking, you know what, we're doing a club crawl. I'm like, you know, I'm not gonna walk around in heels and then end up being that barefoot bitch because I can't hang. So I wore like a little black dress and some sparkly Vans.
Just wear the Vans, girl. Don't take off the heels.
Yeah, no, like
Don't be that girl.
Yeah, no. I learned early. I'd never done that, but I seen girls do that. I'm like, I never want to be that girl. So I went to this bachelorette party, and I ended up being like the most sober person there. So I'm glad I wore my flats because then at least I was able to like help people up the stairs and not get into random strangers' cars. It was an interesting experience. But they were sparkly, so even because a lot of the clubs, they had like dress codes, and he like looked at me and he's just like, oh, you got flats on. I'm like, yeah, but they're sparkly and cute, and I know I look cute. And he's like, yeah, that you do. And they kind of just like let me in because they were definitely like, a lot of these places are like want girls like in heels, but I'm like,
They want that hook of shit.
yeah. And I'm like, nah, I'm gonna be comfortable and dance all night and get more drinks rather than just sitting there because I can't hang.
Yeah.
I'd rather be dancing.
We've always had like a rule that we've always tried to stick to, that we never take our heels off until the night's over. And then, what is that? Was it intro?
Yeah.
Intro
Like,
was a
My
long
drag
time.
mother told me
But
that. Don't
whenever
ever take off.
They come up. I used to always give them shit. I'm like, why are your heels off? Blah, blah. But then they would start giving me shit when I get too fucked up and just toss them anywhere. But it's a thing I try to keep them on no matter what.
She don't try to just keep on her high heels. This bitch was sleeping full on drag like this, like lashes on and everything, like. And I'm like, girl, take that shit off. And
I
like,
hate coming home like at the end of the night and like taking everything off, like taking
I-
the
That's
makeup
my
off.
favorite part.
Definitely
Taking the clothes- no,
relate.
taking the clothes off is fine, everything, all that, but wiping my face off, like,
Because I almost feel like that wakes me up. Like I know after a long day and then I sit down, I start nodding off. I'm like, maybe I can just like go to sleep and like nothing will happen. Or like if I have flawless makeup and I'm like, what if I just sleep perfectly still? That's exactly what happened at DragCon. Or for DragCon, the night before we went to this prom themed party, and I had my friend do my makeup. It was like I had like mermaid makeup. It was so gorgeous and pretty. And then I got really drunk, and I'm like, okay, maybe if I just fall asleep and I'll pray to the drag gods that my makeup will stay right and
you
in
should have
place.
hairsprayed your face.
I didn't, but I did in the morning. I found out later that was something that you can do. I touched it up, but I woke up And my face, everything was still there. My lashes too. I just touched it up with a little bit of lash glue, and everything was right. My friend, she met me at DragCon, and she brought some of the extra glitter too, so she like retouched it. And I'm like, holy shit! And it's like I feel I totally had like. That's how I know that Adore Delano is my spirit animal. If I can be like that crusty and show up at DragCon in last night's makeup and still like. Kind of turn it out, yeah.
I've woken up a few times when I slept in drag and I'm like, oh, bitch, if I just throw on a little bit more contour, just apply a little bit of liner, I could still, I could work it out. But then I'm like, but it's 11 o'clock in the morning. Where am I going to go and drag right now?
Didn't Frankie do that for DragCon? Didn't he sleep in mud?
Yeah.
And the next day just did like a zombie or something, wasn't it?
Yeah. DragCon, like, literally was fuck you, DragCon. Like, the whole week of DragCon preparation was just... You know, you got a year to prep for DragCon, but why would you prep during the year? Why not do it the night before?
Right.
Like every other normal person.
Right. And that's me with this fucking paper that I have to write tonight.
I sewed myself in my costume in DragCon.
Really?
For DragCon. Like,
All right, we're back and everything is normal.
Oh.
yay, we're back.
Yeah. Well, at least on the regular recording, but I'm gonna cut the shit out. We're still gonna play. I'm still gonna play the song again, but just so you know.
Okay.
Okay.
I wasn't able to find the live video on your Facebook.
It's I shared it, didn't I? Am I? Oh, you know what?
My secret is inside my closet. Do you wanna see? Do you wanna play? Let me explain my game to you. I'll be the master, you'll be the slave. Now stop, don't talk. Sit down, do as I say. Now stop, don't talk. Sit down, do as I say. I'll be the one who will dominate this love. Now get down on your knees, no man can take me. I'll be the one who will dominate this love. Now get down on your knees, no man can take me. I'll be the one, dominate love, 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 Let me show you my words can burn. Honey, can't you see? I ain't no little princess. All you gotta do is release your fears. Let your real self come into the light. Now stop, don't talk. Sit down, do as I say. Now stop, don't talk. Sit down, do as I say. I'll be the one who will dominate this love. Now get down on your knees, no man can take me. I'll be the one, dominate love, I'll be the one, dominate love, Baby, tell me you need it, tell me you want it. Get down on your knees. Baby, tell me you need it, tell me you want it. Get down on your knees. Get down on your knees. Start begging me, please. Get down, 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 down. Oh, 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 oh. Take me, baby. 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 Take me, baby.
go unless I say you can go. You don't move unless I say you can move. You don't talk unless I say you can talk. You don't do anything unless I say you can do. Talk to me, baby. Who's the master?
Now we're back officially on the audio episode. At least, thank you for the live feeders who bared with us through the technical problems, but we made it work. We made it work, and we're back. What you guys actually missed the first time around
we
was
had
actually
a
a question
very
that,
informative discussion about tucking and the mechanics of tucking because
And yes, dudes, that means your penis
and your balls
And your balls. Don't leave the
and your
balls
balls.
out.
Yeah,
Don't leave the balls out.
everything.
So could you briefly give us a
The-
tutorial
yeah.
on tucking
Again.
your junk?
So it's quick, it's easy. So like I said, naturally, men, we have this cavity where like our testicles can go into. Like it's a weird little pocket that boop boop, literally pop them in there, hold them in. So you would literally push your testicles into that little cavity, just boop. You know, kind of flatten yours. You know,
Dang,
your sack.
that's the sound effect.
Hopefully after a shower.
Sometimes you don't have time. Who cares? Because when you take that off,
Oh, I'm not,
at the end of the night, yeah, tuck butt is not the thing.
tuck butt.
Tuck butt. There's a name. No.
So you would, like I said, you would get your balls and just put them in that cavity. You know, pop them in there, flatten out your sack or whatever, and then pull your shaft just as far to your crack as you can. You know,
It's not like in your asshole, is it?
I mean, if it reaches, it goes.
If it reaches.
If
It's not
it
in your
reaches,
asshole, but it's there. It's like kissing. So I mean, put it in there.
you're gifted then.
you can fuck yourself in the ass, essentially.
That's a thing.
What do that?
Oh, shit.
I've seen it on Tumblr.
Oh, shit.
Shit.
But anyways, so then after you do that, you just pull your shaft back and you just put the tightest underwear you can or duct tape, whatever you can, and just literally tape all that back.
Gorilla tape.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh,
Gorilla
God.
Oh, taping is.
Bought at Home Depot.
Buy that Home Depot.
Don't use the Dollar Tree one.
Don't use the Dollar Tree
one.
one.
It won't do it. You have to have Gorilla Tape.
I-
Speaking from experience.
Yes. So you try to be like, I got duct tape.
I watched this tucking tutorial at Trinity Taylor.
Tucking with the tuck.
That's advanced.
Yes.
That is a tuck. That was a vagina. Vagina.
Magina.
Was it
Carmen Carrera. That's probably the same way she does it.
But didn't she do like glue and
didn't-
like create like little lips?
Well,
and, like,
that's what Trinity does.
What?
Trinity does the same thing.
she creates lips.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what she did at the end of the video.
Oh my god.
So, and that was like a more like for the queens with the body and the surgery.
do more naked
Like
Dude,
who do
My
more-
mind is like,
and they they do that. And they use clear Gorilla Tape or
She
packaging
used a
tape.
spray adhesive.
But the spray adhesive before, just so the tape stays longer. And then on the front, she pulls the tape back and then she puts the adhesive to kind of like, you know, make some lips and pinch it together.
The way she kind of folds everything to make that.
But
it's an art form. She's
but
like,
she
she's
also
like molding a sculpture. Like,
she's like, "What's your name? I'll spell it for you." No, but she also said on that video that she had to go to the hospital. Did you hear that? Because
yeah.
she was tucked on the show for so long, like all the hours on the show.
The tape is really bad. Like,
Tape
I mean,
is-
if you're not shaved completely all the way down, just picture like that tape warming up on your body. That glue like adheres to like.
Also,
hair or
Gorilla Tape
whatever.
has all that glue on it, so
Yeah.
the
They start
heat-
breaking down your skin.
So imagine
We've
being
done that where we back in the days when we used to duct tape.
Yeah.
At the end of the night, it would take us at least 20 minutes to peel it off slowly, and sometimes it would peel like little pieces of skin. If you want to get into detail, it would pull skin off, and it was just fucking
self
sad.
circumcision.
that sounds so
DIY.
brutal.
Yeah, no, it
Yeah.
can be, and like I mean, it's not pretty, but it's all for the illusion. Damn it!
But the body was right. Yes.
I
Yeah.
it
can't.
looked great though.
But did I look pretty?
Right? It was like, okay, it was worth it if it looked good, and that's
But-
all that matters.
But we do not duct tape anymore.
No,
You know?
we
Like,
learned
yeah.
that a lot of times where what our hips are so big and our outfits like, sometimes it's not really needed to be as tucked, but just enough.
But I still tuck fiercely. You know,
Yeah.
I'm proud of my tuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't want you wouldn't want to be serving a meaty tuck.
No.
Nobody likes that.
God, I'm sorry for everybody listening. This was my fault. No. I was curious. I started this. Everybody's listening like,
and that's me kind of trying to keep it PG. I mean, like I said, let's go back to tech butt.
Next question.
I'm thinking like I can't imagine like Kai's like that.
That's why when people say that, I'm like, girl,
Who goes home and has sex after drag? Like,
Kai is when drag queens have sex
Together.
in drag.
In drag.
really?
Yeah.
Yes.
It has its own name?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, it's not just sex?
Well, it means sex or hooking up
But
or like
it's a
making
little-
out, but
I
like
guess it's a different level because like,
but
two
it's
queens
got
do it
it's
in
got
drag.
its own name. Like, oh
yeah,
man.
I guess it's different when queens where they're just gay men having sex, but like if it's a Kai, that's like it's a whole
Because
other
of
level.
Kai.
I'm assuming.
Why is it called like Kai
I have no idea.
I have no idea either.
You know, we'll look. that
RuPaul,
up.
thank you.
And not to be confused with Kiki, because
Yeah.
a lot of people confuse that.
That's a thing too?
Yeah, Kiki
Kiki.
is like, I'm gonna go Kiki with my girl. We're gonna go talk and like
That's
gossip.
kind
like,
of the noise. Like you always say, like, oh, the hens are like clucking. Like, it's
Dude,
like,
that's the name of every cat that I've ever had.
oh, Kiki. Yeah, that's what he calls his cat. Is Kiki's.
That's cute.
Yeah. Every cat though.
I know everything. He's like, oh, Kiki.
He's the random cat in the street. Kiki.
He does though. That's what he does. He's like, oh, it's a Kiki.
Yeah,
That's so cool.
So I never told you that, but yeah, that's actually like a term that queens will use, like when they get together and they're
Kiki.
clucking, they're kikiing because that's kind of the noise. Kiki, kiki, kiki.
Yeah, but Kai is when two drag queens like hook up or like together.
They scissor.
Sure.
Sure, babe.
Because it's very like not many drag queens are with other drag
That's how
queens.
that's how you guys get that's how you get the duct tape off and everything. You just
The
wrestle each
friction.
other.
Are you done?
You've done this before, haven't you?
Actually,
Just peel a little bit off. I'll pinch it in my butt cheeks and rip it off.
oh god,
See, I'm creative.
You have done this.
I'm creative.
You've done this before.
I know. It's like, is
I don't
there
believe
something
that you
you're
haven't
not
tucked before.
Babe, get the duct tape.
telling me? Okay.
Because I'm tucked right now.
One of our listeners.
No, you're doing this. What do you?
Oh, I mean, okay, I guess one of our listeners, Casey, is actually asking for them to give you a drag makeover. Like, she wants to see you in drag.
Oh, is that a dare? Is that a dare now?
That is a double.
First time in drag on show.
I tell you what, you donate $200. No, I'm just kidding.
Dude, if one person donates $200, or if we raise $200, or is that like the? No, you're not down.
Look at him. He's like, he goes, shit.
I am considering it. I mean,
Oh shit!
that's a lot. That's a lot. Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do
And
it.
it goes to a good cause. Me.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't expect the fishiest drag coming from him. I'm like, I'm trying to see
You'd
it.
be surprised.
I got boobs already.
Oh man, boobs. But I mean,
I can suck it in. I can suck in the gut and
We'll
keep
duct
it-
tape the body.
That's bad gorilla tape.
Gorilla
tape. Ray, where's the gorilla tape?
Oh my god, Ray's gonna. He's not gonna let you live that down. He's gonna keep hounding you until he can get you in drag.
Nah. Nah. He's not even
Maybe.
listening. He's not even listening. He doesn't know. He doesn't know.
Kind of not on the topic of Kai, but you guys are both queens. How is the dynamic in the relationship when you have two queens in the relationship? Is there any type of competitiveness? I wouldn't imagine
It gets
so.
very tense.
Johnny, he's naturally very competitive, and he's very always like.
He's lying.
I think like a lot of relationships are different, but Johnny, he's always competitive. He always likes the attention on him.
No, I don't. You are so.
Even if you don't want it, you demand. Like you kind of demand it naturally.
It's
like,
not my fault I walk in a room and all the tension's on me.
That's fine. But
Don't
when
get mad.
no, but when it's not on him, that's when you really see he's like You could tell he's being a little catty or whatever.
Aw.
But with it kind of, I feel like with us, it kind of we balance each other out because he's very out there, out in front, and everything, and I'm kind of like low key, kind of back. Like I don't really care to go out there and be the star, and you know, yeah, I like to go out and people look at me and all that.
Keep your eyes on the stars. You'll never be one.
But I'm not one to really like want to be the showstopper. I want to be the one out there and you know, in front of everybody. So it's kind of okay. Like I let him do him. I'm like, you go ahead, be the star, be the diva, and I'm here. Let's go. What's up?
She's the face. She's the face. She's gorgeous.
So I think that's why we don't.
Ride
we
or
don't
die.
really-
I got your back, dog. That's what it is.
No, it's really fun to going in somewhere and knowing the hottest or the most other fierce drag queen is walking in with you. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's because even just us two walking in a room alone, it's like,
Like,
It's-
holy shit.
yeah, it's like you look next to you and you're like, okay, this fierce bitch, we're walking in together and we're gonna make a statement. We're here, and then it's my boyfriend.
Yeah,
At the same time,
because no matter what, we always try to like and be like, he's wearing something. I'd be like, girl, you know, spice it up with this or wear this. It's never like, oh, you look good, but knowing I look better, I'm gonna let her go out like that. No, it's not. It doesn't work like that. We kind of we never put each other down or anything like that. It's just we just go out.
I think it gives me that much more
motivation
to come and like get that much better or improve that much more because
Yeah, you improve each other.
Yeah.
Like you try to.
Andrew, like he's blessed, he's very artistic, like he paints, he can draw and all that good stuff. So like he's taught me a lot makeup wise, like about myself, and he really is like the face behind the house. Like the lines like that we draw up our face, our signature, like we call it our runway nose. The Doomhouse face, like that was Andrew's physique look, and it just started going to all of us, and now it's just a signature thing. So
Yeah.
watching myself like paint, and then I turn and I look and see physique, and like
turns back around. Like,
I'm like, fucking bitch. Like, I'll look at her and I'll be like, how did you do it like that? Or like, fuck, like I know I'm beautiful. I know my makeup's good, but the perfectionist in Andrew, I wish I could have that. Like he's gonna say it's not perfect. It's drag.
Drag,
it's an
no matter what,
illusion.
drag is an illusion. I mean, yeah, my lines can be clean, but a lot of times it's illusion. I hide shit. If you notice,
It's the lighting and everything, the shadow.
Like, I know we're gonna be dark. You know, it is about illusion. So you can have these mistakes, but you hide them a certain way. You can't.
Yeah, I mean, but when
But
you're
she
a pro,
has-
you know how to hide them and disguise them and make it look perfect.
Yeah.
But so she's taught me a lot about like makeup and
That's good. You
It's
guys
been
kind of elevate each other.
we keep it. Yeah, I mean, we've never really like had like serious fights or anything over drag. I mean, the main thing is like maybe he might borrow something. Danny's he'll borrow something and destroy it that night. Like, you know how he performs, he'll tumble and do this and that. So you have this one outfit you just made, he wears it, he'll tumble, backflip, blah blah blah, and rip it or stain it. Or I've always like styled a lot of his wigs, and one of my pet peeves was I would style his wig, stay up to like 4 a.m. doing his wig. I have to go to work in 2 hours, whatever, and he'll wear that wig for the number and fucking ruin it, and it's dead. That's probably would be our biggest fights is when I would do something like that and then it's just trashed.
so then she stopped doing it.
Yeah,
I had to learn.
Which is understandable.
After years, I'm like, you know what? You do your own shit.
Yeah, because I mean, if you spent that hours and hours working on it, you're gonna be like, well, do I really need to like pour beer on myself? Like, do I really need to fuck that up?
But
Yes.
yes, you have to. Yeah, it's those things like you just have to.
Like sometimes, yeah, you'll feel the moment like, yes, that was worth it.
And that's what it is. When Danny's in his rush, he just doesn't. You know, these things come to you, and he doesn't think about it later. It's like after, it's like, oh yeah, I got makeup all of this, or I poured blood on myself.
I just had to jump off the bar, and I don't know, it just exploded.
It just happened. I don't know what came over. That wasn't me. That was Lady Forbidden. Like, that wasn't me. I was possessed.
No, it really is though, like that. Like it's something comes over you, and you just don't know what happened.
Sounds fun. I want to do drag. I mean,
You should.
It's fun. There's a lot. Like like the whole drag world. There's a lot to it. Being a person like that's respected out there, or like people who enjoy to see you. There's a lot of freedom. There's a lot of things you can do and get away with. Like
You can get away with
in
like
drag, you can do anything. For some reason, anything's okay.
yeah.
And if
Well,
you-
unfortunately, I'm not a dude. I know there are. I've heard that there are women out there who will do drag, and some people don't take kindly to that because like, well, you're a woman, like it's
You're a
female.
cheater.
Yeah, but like I see from their point of view, like drag isn't just, it goes beyond female impersonation. It's an art form. But still, like, I don't know. I can maybe do like maybe next scum event I'll have one of y'all
Well,
paint me, and I can do like borderline
At our
drag.
next scum event, we're having a female bio queen.
Oh, that's what the name is, Bio Queen.
The mother of our house, Notorious Sally Doom. She'll be performing.
Okay.
So she's amazing.
Wow.
She really is.
Okay,
she's
I'm
really good.
really excited to
she
see
fits
that.
with us. She's a full figured queen. You know, she gives you tits.
Does
gives
she
you ass.
pad? And
No,
everything?
she do not need to pad.
Okay.
Every woman, her roots are burlesque. So
Yeah, she's very
kinda-
burlesque. So she's sex.
She likes to get naked. But
Okay.
titties will be out.
She's fierce. And she
I'll be at that one.
Oh my gosh.
I'll definitely be at that one.
Yeah, so she'll be there.
All right. Well, yeah. Maybe paint me a little bit. I kind of want to see. I'm down.
Everybody's always curious. I mean, and it's fun just to see what you could turn into. You know? Like,
Yeah. Turn me into one of you guys. Like I would be really down with that.
Let's do it.
Another question that I had for you guys: what are your long-term goals when it comes to drag? Like, I know a lot of queens that would be like, "Okay, my goal is to make it on RuPaul's Drag Race," but like, what are your goals? And that's okay if that is your goal, but like, ultimately, what is it that you want to achieve by doing this, other than, of course, happiness?
Well,
I know it's like a lot.
I don't know. One
don't
day
think that's
I want to
more-
be
yeah.
on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Oh no, that's completely
That's typical,
fine.
yeah.
But for me, it's like, it's different. Like, I've seen the show grow and I've seen what it can do for people, like,
Yes.
firsthand. But starting drag such a long time ago, if I would have tried out for like season 3, season 4, when I thought I was fierce, oh no. But it was, I didn't know how to do my makeup, or I didn't know how to sew, and I didn't know how to do this. So now 10 years have gone by and I have not, that list that I didn't know how to do is gone. And now I think it's time for me to try out, I guess.
Yeah.
And just to be overall happy and to be able to change people's lives, basically. Like at DragCon, I really had a really good experience at DragCon. Like you said, who did you meet drag queen wise? The people who touched me the most at DragCon were the children. I
Yeah.
met so many little kids. Like, I met one of my friend's daughters, and she just fell in love with me. She sees pictures of me, and she knows who Lady Forbidden is. So when she was talking, like, who are your favorite? I was asking her who her favorite.
Oh,
drag
I saw that video. And I
who
was
your
stalking
favorite drag
Facebook.
queens? It's funny because people were like, you told her to say that, and I was like, I didn't. She was just like Katya, Alaska, Detox, and then she turns and she goes, and you, and I was just like, oh my god, like you melted, you melted this ice queen's heart. And then another one of Ray's bandmates, their nephew, he was very into drag, and he was there, and like he had some makeup on, his little outfit, and I got to meet him. And since DragCon, like, I literally think about him often. Like, he warmed a special place in my heart, and it kind of reminded me of a younger version of me. And that, for me, that's what I want to do, is be able to be the influence and the role model for someone. Like,
Yeah.
and children. I love children.
I think that's totally for him. Like I've always said, Danny's always been like the performer. He's always been the one to do the show, the diva, you know. And that's always been really good at, you know. And I've always pushed him to do that. For me, drag, it's not really something I want to do long term. It's more of my creative outlet. I do makeup, so my favorite thing is really painting and just really going out there and having my work be appreciated, you know.
Yeah.
So drag, it's just fun times for me. Like, I don't really see it as a career in the future, or drag race is not for me. I mean, I
mean, there's countless canvases out there that'll be like, can you
there's
do my makeup
there's
and
definitely
everything.
different ways to take it. But for now, like for me, like I know drag race is not for me. It's not something that I would want to do and compete for. But for Forbidden is definitely would be the star, the performer, and that's his like.
Is that like the main goal right now? Is like to be on RuPaul's Drag Race?
I think it's different for a lot of queens.
It's not like I don't think it's like the ultimate thing, but I think it's like you said, like even if you don't win, you win. Like there's other doors that will open up getting out there, you know. And I think some people really do seek that approval from RuPaul, you know, like
Yeah, like you want that approval from
the mother of
the mother
drag.
of mothers. Like, you know what I mean? She put drag mainstream. Like,
Yeah.
She put it out
Fucking
there.
buy
Yeah,
drag
definitely.
queen shirts at Hot Topic now. Like,
Yeah.
come on, like mainstream. Like,
But can you imagine being able to get approval from like Divine or something? Like, how fucking amazing that would be. But for now, of course, RuPaul is someone people are kind of want that approval from.
and then others are just like, I don't give a fuck what RuPaul says, but I care what RuPaul says. Like,
Yeah.
I remember when I watched Tu Wong Fu, like what I got interested in drag was, have you guys seen Tu Wong Fu? Thank you for everything, Julie Newmar.
Yep.
I know the movie. I know scenes from it, but like I haven't sat down and watched it.
That was my favorite movie as a little kid. Like growing up, I watched that movie every day. After that, I was wearing press-on nails. Like I knew what a drag queen was at that age, and I
Did you
remember
say they had to hide the movie.
they hid the movie from me. Like
was
they
like-
they took the movie away. Like my grandma didn't want me watching it no more. And I remember when Rachel Tension comes down, like that whole like where she's in the swing. I remember that moment. I was just like, I want to be her. Like when she's walking and everybody's just like the way everybody looks at her. Like that moment, I was just like, one day that's gonna be me.
And that sense of community
And
afterward, like in
Even
the
though
movie.
I related more to Chichi Rodriguez, this little Latin boy in drag.
That's actually the role that I respected John Leguizamo as an actor too. Like, dude, everybody did such a good job. It was just total out of left field to Wesley Snipes. That's actually the first time I watched that movie was I was just flipping through the channels. And I saw Wesley Snipes' face, and I was like, "Dude, was he wearing a wig right now? He was in drag." So I went back, and I was like, "Dude, I gotta fucking record this." So I went, I found the recording of it, and I watched it, and it's such a good movie. It's super fun. Yeah, it's funny.
That movie,
it's hilarious.
That's kind of what happened with me. Like I was flipping the channels, I'm like, "Holy shit, that's Wesley Snipes in drag!" And I caught the ending of it, so I was like, I know the ending, and like I definitely know of the movie, but I haven't actually gotten to watch it, but. I still definitely know.
It's a good one.
That was it. I think it came out like 95, 96.
It's actually really fun because that's the same way that I saw it. Because remember, I asked you too. I was like, "Have you seen this movie?" And you're like, "No, I haven't seen it." And I was like, "Oh, it's a classic."
Yeah.
That's the same exact way that it happened for me, though. It was just flipping through the channels, watching.
Gotta
just
find it
I
and want to watch it.
Yeah, again, it's a whole art form. Like when you see it, you're immediately drawn to it, even if you don't even approve of it. You're still. They captured you. They're so out there that they captured your attention.
Yeah.
Like for someone that's so against gay rights or whatever, they're still. You guys are still being
still
out
here.
there. Yeah,
We're
fired
still
up.
here now.
and-
Look at us. We're on VH1. Like that.
Exactly. VH1 motherfuckers.
Seeing how far drag has come is just so heartwarming and inspiring, and I'm really glad that. It's bitter sweet, but mostly sweet that drag has been pushed to mainstream media. It's great because it is giving attention to something that has been in the shadows and underground for so long. But it's also like maybe the hipster in me is like, man, I was watching RuPaul's Drag Race before it took off, since when it was on like logo and shit. Like
that's how I definitely feel about it. It's bittersweet, like I said. Now it's really cool, But the sad thing about it is like a lot of times clubs and all that, they just want to book those queens that are known. And I was talking to Danny about it a lot the other day too, and saying how back in the day, you became a star, by
Rising,
being,
working that hard every night,
like how RuPaul made it, and
there's all these amazing queens that haven't been on RuPaul, but they were making their name in the club scene before Drag Race, and their name was
still
known.
working now, and
and they're kind of not completely forgotten, but sometimes people forget that these queens were out there before doing this amazing shit, and they kind of do get forgotten in a sense,
Yeah.
And that's why it's kind of bittersweet, but it's cool that it's out there and people are understanding it more, they're accepting it more, but
yeah, that's why I'm
Drag
trying
Race
to.
wasn't always there.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to educate myself more about drag, because all my drag knowledge really came from RuPaul's Drag Race when I was I was in high school flipping through the channels, and I was like, holy shit! Like I started watching it, I fell in love, and I've been watching ever since, and that was 2010. But I now I feel like I need to step my shit up. Now I can't call myself a drag enthusiast if the only queens that I know are from RuPaul's Drag Race, which is why I'm very happy to be branching out and to meet wonderful, talented queens like you guys. And
that's one of the things I'm mostly proud of, is knowing that when we started, the queens that taught us were from that era before Drag Race. We learned the roots of drag, I feel, and that's why we are where we are now. I feel we have a combination of the traditional roots of drag and the now, you know.
You know what it's about.
Yeah,
you know
like-
what it's
like
really about.
growing up
yeah.
and like when I was doing like competitions when I was like 18, 19, and like the older queens who would judge, they would be like, where did you come from? How do you know this?
That's
like,
the praise he would get for doing those 90s songs because he
They're-
was such a young queen, but doing these old school songs and
Yes.
serving
Like-
these old school songs. And the
with
judges
a
would
look, like
yeah.
not just like serving a song, like in these girls like Forever 21 dresses. I was giving you full
Brought it,
It was
yeah, you
drag,
fucking
glam
brought it,
on,
yeah.
you know,
Hair.
outfits, ruffles.
Like you
that's
seem
where-
very polished, and
Reveals.
professional, like you've been doing this for years and years, but you're so young.
Yeah, and like, or they would ask me, "Are you from the East Coast?" Like they were like, "You're not a queen from LA." Like,
And
so-
I'm like, oh, yeah.
yeah, I'm just, you know,
That's
it's
what it is. Like drag now, it's so free. You can do anything with it. But I feel like we already have it. We have this like these staples that we have to like. For me, we learned stacks. You know, bigger the higher you are, the better. You know, we
Yeah.
wear big heels. We don't wear little biscuits. You wear 8-inch or bigger. Big stacked wigs.
the thing was, you're gonna wear this big hair and these big heels because when you walk in the room, even if they do not want to look at you,
They're
they're
gonna.
gonna look at you,
Yeah.
even if they don't want to.
Corsets. Corsets, I feel like always been like in my mind, it's always been a staple. Like a drag queen always has to wear a corset. That's low key where I got my name from, Physique. Because in the beginning,
Ray named him.
Ray actually named me because we would always, I would always wear a corset because I knew I was like a drag queen. You wear a corset, and Ray had like a weird little hobby of tying it so tight.
If you ever need to get, you should let Ray tie you in your corset.
Oh god, I would
we
die.
used to just throw it on really quick and be like, Ray will tie me at the club, whatever. We'll go to the club and like, girl, tie me in. Ray would pull those fucking strings to the point where they would snap sometimes. But he would make us the tiniest little waists. And that's where one day he was like, you should be Physique. Because I would always wear that corset. And I was like, Physique, I like
Always
that.
relying on that body.
But that's where it actually came from like that, you know, mentality thinking, you know, drag queens always have to be cinched. Corset, your heels, your big hair. So,
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes now we don't use corsets, but I always feel like I have to throw a corset on to be a drag queen.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of feel like when I bought my corset at DragCon, as soon as I put that on and had it cinched, I was like, something inside me changed. Like I was wearing just a little green tank top and I had this little black bra with some Chrissy Crossies on it. And she put the corset on me and I'm thinking like, you know what? This would look a lot better if I just did bra and corset. So in the middle of DragCon, I took my shirt off and I'm just standing there in my bra. And like it kind of like it was whatever, which was kind of liberating actually, because it's not like I can do that anywhere. Like,
Yeah.
drag-
Frida Nipple. No, I'm kidding. That's your drag name, Frida Nipple.
Frida Nipple, I love it. But like as soon as they cinched me up in that corset, something changed. Like I felt like I was walking super confident. When especially I had a lot of queens that I met, waited in line to meet, like commenting like, "Oh my god, this waist!" Kim Chi literally grabbed my waist and like shook me like, "This waist."
I remember.
my
No,
God."
I saw you that when you came up to us on the corset. Remember? And I was
Yeah.
like, girl, I was like,
Okay.
I was like, look at you. You are pushed up here. You are cinched. You look right. You're like, I can't breathe.
Yeah. You really do feel that though when you have that body. You're just something different.
It
changes.
forces posture too.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
noticed, which kind of just makes
Yeah,
everything
and everything's
like
just, like,
elevated.
Stand more like that. Yeah.
Yeah. You're not confident. You'll definitely look like you are if you're all cinched up and like
Yeah.
elevated. It's really freeing. We should put you in a corset. Baby.
Oh yeah, because I'm all hunched over right now.
can
I feel like Larry King.
We can just. I mean,
yeah, we're back over here.
it's all right. We can just kind of take two corsets and like cinch them together and then make one big corset for you.
Thanks.
Or you can use Frankie's. I'm just kidding.
Whatever Andrea's
I
drag
don't know.
mother
Was that shots
Shots fired, shots
Yeah,
fired.
Shots fired. Oh, I love it.
Locked and loaded.
one of our drag mothers, Lady Extra, she used to joke around. Well, it wasn't even a joke. She used to give me her corsets, and like half the panel of her corsets would just fit me. Like, yeah, but now she's back and she's lost a lot of weight and she looks very good.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, get smaller so I can have your corsets.
Right.
You're almost there. It gets a little smaller.
Just a little bit more.
I have noticed that more queens are doing more, if that makes sense. They are putting more effort in cinching. I think RuPaul's Drag Race might have some responsibility for that because I've watched all the seasons and then I went back and rewatched seasons 1 and 2 and seeing kind of how much it's elevated. It's crazy. Like queens were coming on season 2 with Shake and Go wigs,
Dude,
and
she put on season 1, and I was like, dude, are you watching a snuff film right now? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, it's super. Like, it looks super sketchy. Like, I was like, dude, like this looks like a basement, and like
it was.
It was. I think it was RuPaul's basement.
It was.
It really was.
That filter though, huh? That season one.
yeah.
That season 1 filter. If we can put it on this whole podcast, you know? just do me the
But
favor.
it was
Oh,
super
God.
filtered, and it was very, I don't want to say not polished, because I think the queens that were there were very skilled, but I think maybe because they had more like high definition now, kind of forced them to like step up their makeup, step up their hair, step up everything.
Yeah.
So it's like when I go back and watch season 2 and I see like I love Tatiana, but with her like little Shake and Go wigs and her little wet seal dresses and how basic it is. But like back then, like, oh, like that was cute. That was what you did. And now it's just, I feel like it's pushing the boundaries. It's challenging everybody to do more. And that's why I'd hope on future seasons of Drag Race.
Who put Segway?
So I would hope to see more queens like the Scum queens, like that. That's what I want to see more of now.
Yeah.
So I'm challenging the show to do that. Not like my opinion matters, but like I'm challenging the show to like
Right now,
RuPaul, listen to this right now.
at Road of Wonder,
like I'm challenging you.
at Road of Wonder, and at Wild Presents.
There it is.
I know I'm throwing it down. I'm throwing down a challenge. I want to see more.
You know what that means? Go to Scum, because that gives RuPaul competition right now.
Seriously though, I like they're all the queens that I've seen from this community are still polished, but it's still very raw and gritty and punk, which I absolutely love. There are queens that are hairy, but their makeup is right and they are serving and they're giving me life and everything I need. Like I'm so impressed with that, and I want that to be on the forefront so people don't get that idea that, oh, all drag is just looking fishy and being pretty or maybe being funny, but it's just not cookie cutter. I want to see. I want to see more. I want to see the boundaries challenged.
See how far you can go.
And that's definitely, I think, if everybody gets there, like that's everybody's evolution. Like everybody gets there slowly. Because I want to say, like even us in the beginning, I feel like we went through the stages too, where we thought drag was a certain way only, and then it went through that little era where like you had to be fishy, you wanted to be really real girl, passable, and then we really got over that, and then it became like back to like the whole
Drag, like
drag club kid. Because I mean, we always had that in mind, but in the Tea Party scene and then around that little period, it was more being passable and being really fishy. But and I think it went. We tried. I'm like, we tried. Now we're like the other day, I tried to do a goddess look, and I'm like, I'm gonna use some browns. I'm gonna use some gold glitter.
And then all of a sudden, there's like the black gets thrown in.
Black with it. I don't know how many different colored glitters. I pink this, and I'm like, this is my goddess.
I told him for DragCon too. I was like, Andrew, we have to go out during the day, paint for the daytime. And I see him, and he's putting black on his cheeks, and
I use black in my content. I'm like, the fuck? He's like, you're gonna still paint like it's a nighttime. I'm like, yes, I love to paint. And I think it's something like, I mean, I don't know, it's weird.
Do you guys do you have a plan for Scum coming up? Do you know what's the look you're going for?
I don't even know. It's my birthday, and I've been telling him every night. I was like, I don't know. I think we were talking about it with Ray, and I was like, he goes, you need something that's going to scream queen of Scum. Like, because I am the Scum queen. So he was just like, he goes, I want to see crown. I want to see some face mask. He's like, something that's going to say just dominatrix. And just, I have something in mind. Black vinyl chains, the usual, but I'm for sure going to wear like horns and like a crown and stuff.
Dude,
like.
get some big ass horns or something.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's
Bigger than
actually
your
your
wig.
shirt too that you're wearing.
Yeah.
My shirt.
Yeah. So I mean, kind of a little more extravagant than that.
Yes.
Queen version.
Of course.
Where can I get that
Naked,
shirt?
sex, body. You can get it at Official Specimens on Instagram, and actually you can hit me up on Instagram at Lady Forbidden and just DM me. I still have quite a few shirts to sell.
I'm a medium.
There you go.
Yes, I think I have a few more mediums.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm definitely down for that shirt. It's really, really dope.
I love it. They hit me up. I met him when I was working at a barbershop, and they started this, and they came to Scum a few times, and one day they were just like, I was joking around, oh, you guys need a Lady Forbidden shirt, and they're like, oh, we're actually making one, and I was like, what? little old me? And they actually dropped them the weekend of DragCon. Angel at Official Specimens, he really came through and made sure I had my shirts there for me Saturday, like morning. And
Wonderful.
Thank you, Angel. I love you.
Shout out to Angel.
Shout out to Angel and Official Specimens.
I love that one.
For the Lady Forbidden shirt. Now you can wear me, use me as a cum rag. I don't care. You just buy it. Buy it. Do what you want with it.
Oh, man. Well, so both are you going to be at the next Scum event, which is July 30th,
No,
right?
June 30th.
June 30th. Sorry, June 30th.
June's not
July.
over yet.
Yeah, June's not over yet.
We're the last Friday of the month.
Yeah.
And at midnight of June 30th is July 1st. So that's my official
That's
birthday.
your official birthday.
Yeah.
So we're going to be celebrating,
Yes.
partying.
Party.
Well, yes, we're already planning on being there, so we're definitely going to be there.
Yes.
And I don't drink, so I'm planning on having a shot for my birthday. So
Hey.
it's epic. I'm on one whole shot.
I know.
Make it a double now.
Most likely. I'm
Well,
on.
thank you so much for coming on again. This has been a whole lot of fun.
Yes.
A lot of fucking fun. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming on, explaining everything. We look forward to seeing you guys on at Scum coming up. Again, that's at Chico Montebello. Go check it out. It's a very fun event. I mean,
Go follow Club Scum.
Club Scum LA.
Underscore East. Is it LA or East LA? ELA.
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 Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, ELA.
Club Scum underscore. Underscores between all three of them?
Yeah, underscore it's Club. Underscore Scum. Underscore ELA. Thanks for the hard name.
Just come out and get grimy and scummy.
Come out and get grimy, scummy. Come do birthday shots with me, body shots.
And where could everybody follow you and everything?
Follow me on Instagram at Lady Forbidden, and on Facebook I'm Danny Lopez, Lady Forbidden, and then Twitter it's at Lady with 2 Y's and then Forbidden. Twitter.
At Lady. And does Physique have any
just my
plugs or anything?
Instagram.
Just your Instagram?
It's Andrew with 2 W's. XOXO. Kisses and hugs. But yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much again for coming
thank you
in. This has
guys.
been another fun episode of Ratt Talk. You could always follow us on Instagram, Ratt_Talk. Look us up on Facebook, SoundCloud, iTunes.
All that good stuff.
Yeah, all that good stuff. That's where you can listen to. We're going to take it out on a Queen song. Hey! So go ahead and thank you for joining us tonight and bearing with us through the technical difficulties, the people on the live feed, and thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tonight, I'm gonna have myself a real good time. I feel alive.